And we turn to the debt and bank crises in Europe as leaders, the 17 who use the euro and some who don't, gather to try to resolve their differences. We begin with a report from Laura Koonsberg of Independent Television News in Brussels.
What is in and what has Germany ruled out? Close attention to the detail of the deals still being done in Brussels tonight may find it falling short. Fraught fine-tuning is going on, but leaving the Eurozone leaders to it, the PM said it was on its way.
We made some good progress tonight. It's very much in Britain's interest that we sort out these problems and solve this crisis. We've made good progress on the bank recapitalisation. That wasn't watered down. It has now been agreed. It will only go ahead when the other parts of a full package go ahead.
But the draft deal on the table, seen by ITV News, is not all that was promised. That funding for the banks, nearly £100 billion, had already been agreed on Sunday. There is no final agreement on the size of the rescue fund to insure other countries against meltdown. It will include public and private money and from the IMF, but won't be finalised till the end of November. And the draft has no mention of how much Greek debt private investors will agree to write off. It's not even been easy to get this far. The Greek leader made this plea on behalf of his country that's drowning in debt.
Our challenge today is not simply to save the euro, it's to safeguard the ideals we cherish so much in Europe.
And while Italy's leader, Silvio Berlusconi, was under pressure in Brussels, in his parliament, MPs ended up in a fight about changing the retirement age, an astonishing sign of how controversial it will be for them to cut spending. While in a sombre debate in Germany, Angela Merkel warned her colleagues it was now or never to save the euro.
But the draft of the final agreement I've seen is likely to disappoint. There is no complete deal on the rescue fund and may not be one till the end of next month. There's hardly a mention of the amount of Greek debt that's to be written off, not the grand bargain that was promised. All the leaders here do and say they want to save the euro, but in truth, they also want very different things.
Angela Merkel has the biggest chequebook and wants to protect the currency, but also wants to prevent Germany's taxpayers from having to keep promising their cash. Nicolas Sarkozy can't afford to shell out as much as Germany and wants Europe's central bank's money to be used in the bailout fund. While Silvio Berlusconi has been told by France and Germany to get his house in order and deliver on his promises to sort out the Italian economy, a much bigger concern than Greece going down because it's just so much larger. Talks are still going on, with the final shape of the deal not expected till midnight. But however long the discussions continue, the end of the crisis is not in sight.